Today on the podcast, we're going to be looking at the kind of content that you should be putting up on your social media to drum up sales. In particular, we're going to be looking at LinkedIn because that's the only social media I have for now. And I've noticed a trend where people put up some content that they call reintroducing content. Now, the idea behind reintroducing content seems to be that, you've been on the platform for a while. In this case, LinkedIn. But then you haven't put up anything for a while. And so one day, you take a picture of yourself, you put on some nice makeup, or you put up a nice sharp suit, and then the post begins under your picture. It's been a while since I've been on LinkedIn, but this post is sorely needed. So, here I am, reintroducing myself. This is me, and this is what I do. And they put up that kind of content. So, is that content good? Should you be putting up reintroducing content? Is that the kind of content that can help you grow your business? These are some of the questions that we're going to be tackling in today's podcast episode. Yes, I'm making today's recording out and about, so there will be some noise in the background. And, if these are the kind of things that you like to talk about, how do you move your business forward? What kind of content should you be putting out? How can content generate more sales? How can content be used to grow your business overall? Then this podcast is your jam. So welcome. I'm your host, Tavishima Ayede. Please subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, or any player of your choice. These are the sorts of things that you like to listen to. And if you'd love to connect, you can call, send me a text message, or send me a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. So like I said, today, reintroducing content. Is it good? In a way, it's good because, to be honest, small content is better than no content. Although, to be honest, if you want to get the best results, you have to stay consistent. Instead of this forward ever, 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. That thing, you're not really helping yourself. So if you post religiously this week, Monday to Sunday, then next week you don't post again, then the week after that you only post once on a Wednesday, and then after that you go away for 5 weeks before you post again. It's better than nothing, but you're not really helping yourself. You're better off just pacing yourself that, you know what, I can only do 1 post a week, and then be posting one post a week religiously for the whole year. It's better than doing this starting, stopping, disappearing. You say you're doing social media cleanse, blah blah. You people that are doing social media cleanse, like what? Like, look, my friend, this is business here. Stop getting personally invested in all this. What are you getting overwhelmed for? Just create a content calendar. The content calendar will keep you focused. It will keep you guided. Then just take it that this is a job. Back when we had jobs and we were working 9 to 5, did we used to take job break? It's just a job, nothing else. Stop taking it so personal. It's a job. Come up with a content calendar and then do the thing. Once in a while, we will miss some stuff. Because for those of us who are self-employed and who own our own businesses, things just crop up in our personal, calendar. Like if the kids are sick, it will fall on you because you're the one who works from home. So, I understand. And because of that, you will miss posting one, once a while. But all this social media cleanse that everybody, they cleanse up and down, I don't understand. You should stop taking this thing personal. It's a job like any other job. We're trying to grow revenue. We're trying to grow a business. We're trying to build an asset like any other asset. So back when you worked 9 to 5 for somebody else, you didn't have the liberty of taking work cleanse. You have your time that you assign for annual leave and sick leave and stuff like that. So try and institute the same policies in your business. Take your annual leave. Take your sick leave. Take your whatever leave. But this social media cleanse, please, you guys get off it. Please get off it. Just do your job. This is your new job. So do your job. The business is not going to automatically just grow itself while you're taking a social media cleanse. Especially for those of you who are relying on social media as a way of building your business and then you don't do traditional prospecting. So you're doing social media cleanse. You're not posting because you want to, mental health concerns. But then meanwhile, you're not going out. You're not talking to anybody. You're not visiting offices. You're not going to trade shows. You're not dropping flyers. So what are you doing? You're doing social media cleanse and then you're sleeping at home. Doing what? Watching Netflix. And the business is supposed to grow. Stop with this cleanse thing. If it's that you're trying to grow your business in a robust sense, social media activities there, and then traditional activities there, no problem. But if social media is the only thing that you're building your business around, stop with all this cleansing. Don't be cleansing nothing. Don't be going on social media break. Come up with a content calendar. Make sure the thing is well thought out, or make sure that it addresses the concerns that your audience want to know about, the things that your customers want to hear about, things like that. A robust content calendar, and then follow the thing. Hopefully, over time, you will grow your business to the point where you're making some revenue and you can hire a social media manager, or you can get an assistant, or you can get a PA or something. But in the meantime, please stop all this cleansing. Anyway, so sorry, forgive me for that rant. I was supposed to be talking about reintroducing content. So some people now, they go on a cleanse, they go on a break, they disappear for 2 months, then they come back and then they put up a post reintroducing, and then they start talking about the business. So it's okay. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad way for staying top of mind. People create the video post or they create the photograph, and then under that they start talking about who they are. They talk about what they do. They talk about who they help and how you can help. So that idea, it's not a bad idea at all. And like I said, folks have been doing it quite a bit on LinkedIn. Now, the problem, as I've tried to point out with this approach, is this whole thing of inconstancy. Yeah, that's the problem. You're not being constant. On, off, on, off, on, off. And that is not very, very good. So all these one-off things like reintroducing content is not a long-term content fix. You can't stay away from social media for 2 months and then come back and do one video, reintroducing. And then what? What next? You can see that this is the reason why I say, for those of you who want to, you want to podcast, you want to do social media, you want to whatever, the number one thing that you should be paying attention to is your content calendar. What are you going to say? Every day, or every week, for every month, or every year? And the content calendar is the most important thing you should be paying attention to. Too many of you are thinking about, what kind of clothes am I going to wear for the videos? That is important. Do I have enough makeup for the videos? Okay, that is important. What kind of camera should I buy to make the videos? Okay, that is important. What kind of phone should I use to be recording the videos? Okay, that's important. What kind of software should I be using to edit the videos? CapCut, whatever. Okay, that is important. All these things are important. But the foundational thing, the thing that will keep you going so that you don't have to disappear for 2 weeks and then come back and make a reintroducing post, the thing you should be paying attention to is your content calendar. Your content calendar is the answer to the question, who am I going to be talking to? What am I going to be saying on my social media? How many times a day or how many times a week am I going to be saying it? How many weeks in the year am I going to be saying it? What are the major ideas that we want to discuss during during the year? Or what are the different campaigns that we're running? So that is what the content calendar tries to solve. So reintroducing content is not bad, but please, my brother and my sister, help yourself. Come up with a content calendar. When you have a content calendar, you'll be able to stay the distance. You'll be able to last. Forgive me, I've even forgotten the expression. Is it stay the distance? I'll be last the distance. But either way, you'll be able to stay in the game long enough to reap the rewards. Now, if this whole thing about content calendar is busting your brain and you don't know what to do, I'm going to give you guys a very simple alternative. Right? If everybody is doing reintroducing content and you say, okay, me too, it's been a while, you now bust out your phone, bust out your camera and start trying to record reintroducing content, you don't know what to do about the content calendar, I'm giving you guys an alternative now, and believe me, this thing will bust your brain. It will help you stay top of mind, and with this, you will never run out of ideas. I repeat, you will never, never, never run out of ideas. I tell some of you, but I don't know why lots of people don't believe me. People don't try, even though that is what you see me doing it. You see me do this thing live. Now, the alternative to reintroducing content and start and stop, post for 1 week, disappear for 6 weeks, post for 4 months, disappear for 6 months, The alternative is this: show up every day and on your social media, just answer questions in your feed. I hope you guys are not surprised that that is the formula that I've told you. Because if you've been listening to this podcast, no matter how long you have you noticed that that is all I do? I show up and I answer questions in my feed. Just show up and answer questions. You'll be all right. By answering questions, you will stay top of mind. Where do you get the questions from? Get the questions from your customers. Get the questions from the daily challenges of carrying out your art, carrying out your business. If you continue like this, you will never run out of questions, because there will never be a time when customers are not asking you questions, or when prospects are not asking you questions, or when you are not facing challenges in the business. Show up in your feed, answer questions. You will always have content. You will have too much content. In my Evernote, I have 800 questions that I have not touched. In my Evernote. I'm being serious here. As in, if you people on the podcast stop reaching out to me, you stop sending me WhatsApp messages, you stop commenting on Spotify, you stop commenting on YouTube. Oh, by the way, Josh Mark, I've been seeing your comments. But Josh Mark, I beg, if you want to comment, send me a WhatsApp message instead, because I've been saying it, but you're really not getting me. I really appreciate the comments, but the thing is, Spotify has taken away the comment feature on the podcaster's end. All I can see is the first two lines. I can't read anything else. So if you want me to see what your comment is, comment on YouTube or send it to me in WhatsApp, and then we can have a chat, because all I see on Spotify is the first two lines. Alright? Where was I? So if you guys stop commenting and you never send me any question, I'll go back to Evernote, and in Evernote I have 800 questions that I got from other people who are asking me questions every single day, or as a wedding photographer, or whatever, and it's 800 and something. I will still be able to go, assuming I publish one podcast episode every single day. 800 is what? 365 times 2, that's 700 and so. I'll be able to podcast for 2 years straight. So you guys, believe me, the easiest way to make content without having to come up with all these grand ideas, reintroducing content, what will I post, what will I say, is just show up every day or every week. Don't do once a month. If you're posting content once a month in the beginning, somehow, when you don't make them, when you're a big name, yes, you can do once a month. But for now, I would say at least weekly. So show up every day, show up every week, answer questions in your feed. By doing that, you will remain top of mind. By doing that, you'll be providing value to your audience, because these are things that are on people's minds, and you will never run out of content. You will never run out of content. Take it from somebody who is doing it. In my book, I have jotted plenty of questions. In Evernote, the questions are over 800. The questions never stop. People always have questions. They always do. You will never run out of content. You will never have to reintroduce yourself, because nobody will forget you. It will be as if you never left. I've been here 5 years. I've never left. There's no need for me to introduce myself. You guys haven't forgotten me, because I'm still here. If anybody is taking a break, it will be you who will take a break, the listener. Maybe you will say, oh, I don't like this guy, something, and then you disappear. Then you come back in a couple of months, or you come back in a couple of years, and guess what? I'm still here. No need for a reintroducing post. Show up, answer questions. You'll be fine. In answering questions, you're providing value. That's the reason why people continue to mess with you, continue to listen to your stuff. Now, let's give an example. There's somebody who's doing a car tracking business. And of course, you're thinking, car tracking. How am I going to be putting up content on car tracking? So because of that, your social media is hit and miss. January, first week, you put like 2 videos or something. You posted one customer's car, something like that. The second week, you didn't have idea. The third week was a video of yourself. Then by the end of January, you decided, whoa, the social media thing almost too much stress. Then you didn't post in February, March, April, May, June. And then in July, you get a big contact a big contract, and so you put down on social media, and then you disappear for you disappear until October. In October, you now do reintroducing. You now come and wear suit. You sit in your office, you record the video, you say reintroducing. My name is so and so, chairman of this, that. This is what we do, blah blah blah, blah. Reintroducing content. Just show up in your feed and answer questions. What kind of questions do people ask you every day? I'm sure one question that people ask you for car tracking is people ask you how much. You can make a post on that. Today, I got a question from a potential customer. His name is Al Muminu. Al Muminu wants to know how much does it cost to be able to install the so and so. As at the date of this recording, it will cost you between this and this to install the so and so, because these are the factors that are in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you install the so and so, it will help you to protect the investment on your car, because your car is worth 15 million. And if your 15 million naira car gets stolen, to replace it, you will have to go and look for X million naira to replace it. However, if you install the ABC XYZ on your car, it will prevent your car from being stolen in the first place, or if your car is stolen, we'll be able to track it down with the help of the Nigerian police. So that's the answer to today's question. This is what it costs. This is how much it goes to it. And I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'll be back next week to talk some more about installation process of this, that. You end that video. Then, you now show up 2 days later. Hi guys, thanks for watching my content here on Instagram. On the last video, I responded to Almomuni's question about how to install a XYZ something in your car to prevent it stolen. And we went into why it costs 120,000 naira, but how it's worth it because you're saving yourself from replacing your car that cost 15 million naira. Today, for those of you who are curious, come over with me. Let's go straight to the factory. My boys are working on one car right now, and we are installing the XYZ blah 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 live. So for those of you who are curious, you see what goes into it. So say hello to my engineer, and then you put your phone, you put on your engineer. Your engineer will be shy, and then engineer will look and say hello, and then you wave back. You say, engineer, so what are you doing? And then engineer will, say one or two things and blah, blah, blah. It will be obvious that engineer is awkward. Then you take the camera away from engineer and then, focus back on yourself. And then you will now continue. That in installing the this and this and this, that this is how it works. It prevents the car from being stolen, because if somebody ever steals your car and you hold this key and you press this thing, it will disconnect the fuel valve, it will disconnect this, it will disconnect that, the car will not be able to move, something. Let me move out of the factory, let's not disturb engineer so that he can finish his job. So summary, that's it. That's how we get involved in these sorts of things in the auto shop part of the business. So thank you very much for watching my content, and I'm going to be back. That's it. You've done 2 posts for this week. Next week you will show up, and guess what you will do? You will answer another question. The week after that, you will answer one more question, because customers will always ask you questions. Somebody will call you and say, I have a Lamborghini Jeep. Can you install so and so on Lamborghini Jeeps? The minute you finish the call with that person, what are you going to do? Grab your phone, flip the camera around, and make a recording. Hello and welcome. This is so and so car tracking business, so and so Abuja's best and brightest and whatever car theft prevention system, in Abuja or in the whole country. I just received a call right now from a potential customer who drives a Lamborghini Jeep, and he was wondering if we could install the XYZ 5000 to prevent the car from being stolen. For those of you who drive Lamborghini Jeeps, yes, this thing can be installed, and in fact, this is the one that we recommend for our premium customers. It is the XYZ so and so. This is how it works. We install it here, and this is how it can prevent your car from being stolen, or it will help you to locate your whatever while it is, if your car is ever stolen. You see, in answering the question, there is more content. Anyways, 20 minutes, excuse me, I believe that you guys have gotten the point, so let me stop there. So reintroducing content is not a bad idea. You can be doing your reintroducing content, but the better thing to do is to come up with a content calendar. But if that brain work no agree you, as in the brain work involved in coming up with a content calendar is too much, and you don't know how to use your AI tool to come up with content that you can put that will help promote your business and help you drive sales, then just show up every single day or every single week, answer a question. You will be fine. You will never run out of questions. except if people stop asking you questions. And if people stop asking you questions, then you have serious problems with your business. There's something substantial that is going on that is causing people to not be asking you any question at all. So Looking House solve the problems. But if you're an average business person, trust me, you will never, ever, ever run out of content. So, yeah, I don't want to catch any of you doing reintroducing content. If you're a listener of this podcast and you are doing reintroducing content, I will disown you. If you see me and you hail me, I will say, go away from me. I know you not. So please, don't join this latest trend of doing reintroducing content. So that's it, and that's all. Remember, excuse me, if you'd love to connect, you can call, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. And if you love this stuff, then stay locked in. Subscribe over here on this feed. There's over 1,200 more episodes. Listen, learn, note things down, apply, let me know how things go. I'll catch you some other time.